Hi, this is Phil Spencer, and you're listening to the Inner Circle Podcast, for the fans, by the fans.
Welcome to the first annual TiC Podcast Awards 2014, featuring Bmuny 101 and Unified. And now, please give a warm welcome to your host, KOR X Straight Murder. Thank you. Thank you. No, please, no. I don't deserve it. No, I don't deserve it. Thank you. Thank you. Well, guys, this is it. End of the year, 2014. TiC Podcast has had a great year. We believe that the Xbox fan base had an excellent year on the Xbox One platform as it has developed over the last 12 months, leading into 2015, which we believe is going to be even bigger, better, and brighter. Hopefully, some of these awards lined up with your favorites throughout the year and have been the same games that you thought you would have chosen had you been in our place or the fans' place who had voted for the games. So let's get started, and with our first category for RPG of the year. Unified?
We had Lords of the Fallen, Dragon Age Inquisition, and Diablo 3 Ultimate Evil Edition.
And the winner is?
Dragon Age Inquisition.
Brandon, do you agree with that?
I totally agree with that, man. I called that from the start. I figured, with that being one of the only games that actually worked out of the gate this year, that it deserved Game of the Year for RPG. And so for that winning, I give it 2 thumbs up.
I'm a huge BioWare fan. You guys know that. Dragon Age Inquisition is definitely best RPG for sure, and maybe Game of the Year. I don't know. We'll get to that later, but I totally agree with that, man. And the story in the new one is I think almost 10 times better than even the first game. So that says a lot because the first game really struck a chord with my heart, man. So to say that, and it's way better than the second one. It definitely improved it over that. So yeah, totally agree.
I look at it from the perspective of it really wasn't a lot of competition. When you look at it.
You look at the competition, Lords of the Fallen and Diablo 3. I mean, Diablo 3's got a name and a pedigree, but
right. But I would have to probably go with Dragon Age as well. I mean, you have large open world, one of the best developers backing it, deep story. They try to go with diversity as and try to be, I guess, controversial with the whole sexuality aspect of certain characters within the game. So they definitely get my vote for RPG of the year. So Dragon Age Inquisition is the fans voted RPG of the year. And now, your nominees for Shooter of the Year. Unified.
Shooter of the Year nominees: Wolfenstein: The New Order, Far Cry 4, Halo Master Chief Collection, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Titanfall, and Destiny.
It's an amazing list. And our winner of the year is
Titanfall. In a landslide, actually.
Brandon, your thoughts?
I'm actually surprised that Titanfall won, but I'm glad it did, man. Titanfall was one of those games that kind of came out of nowhere, gave you a new experience from what we've been used to with shooters. So for that to kind of hit early in the year and then, go up against the competition of what Destiny was supposed to be and the big boy of Call of Duty, and for that to pull out the win, I mean, it's kind of shocking, but I'm glad it won. Definitely deserves it.
Right. Unify, your thoughts?
Actually, it's kind of surprising because a lot of people were riding that Destiny bandwagon, even though the game wasn't as well critically acclaimed as it as it should have been. But I'm gonna agree with that. Titanfall is definitely a really amazing multiplayer game. The story aspect of it was very shallow. We can all agree.
Right.
That definitely was not its strong suit. But maybe with Titanfall 2, we'll maybe see him go into the story aspect more with the game, which would be nice. But yeah, I agree with it, man. It took a few weeks of me when I was out of work. It really gave me a lot of enjoyment in those 3 weeks when I was out of work. So killed a lot of my time. So it was awesome.
It's a tough choice. Clearly, I know it was a landslide decision by the fans, but Halo Master Chief Collection campaigns, obviously they're nostalgic. They're remastered, so they look really good. And in all honesty, it probably deserved it, but it's just a failure behind it and the whole online aspect to the game. Do you look at Destiny, which could have been potentially something special, something special, something done out of the ordinary. And I won't say that it failed. It definitely didn't, because I really enjoyed Destiny. A lot of people didn't, but it's grown on me after playing it for such a long time. But I agree. I think Titanfall was the shooter of the year. And the reason why I say that is because I spent more time on Titanfall multiplayer than any other game. That includes Halo, that includes Destiny, that includes Master Chief Collection. Though Wolfenstein was a great game campaign-wise, there's no multiplayer aspect to it. Though the campaign for Titanfall is included with the multiplayer, it was done differently. It was unique. Was it great? I wouldn't say it was great. But, what they did get right was that the game worked. It wasn't broken. It was fixable. Right. And what's really cool about that game, what a lot of people look over, is the fact you can pick the servers that's closest to you. When you go into a game, before you start that game, it gives you a ping. Whether you want to go, northeast, central, south, Japan, Europe. It gives you all these pings that give you the best server base that's closest to you, so you can have the best connection possible. And I think more games should use that. And be honest with you, that's a plus for the game. It's a plus for a game. And now you have all this DLC out on the title. It's a great game. It deserves shooter of the year. And that's what it is. And the fans voted for shooter of the year in Titanfall.
But guys, this is a little bit rare. We're agreeing with everything.
Yeah, as of right now.
Sometimes we know, as of right now.
As of right now.
Remains to be seen.
Right.
Let's go.
And now our nominees for Indie Game of the Year. Unified.
We have Contrast, Stick It to the Man, Outlast, Never Alone, Chariot, and Super Time Force were our nominees.
And the winner was?
The winner was Outlast.
Interesting. Unified, let's start with you and your thoughts on that.
Outlast, not a bad game. Pretty solid survival horror game. Definitely a fun game to watch people play on Twitch. No doubt. But I disagree with that being the pick. I would personally go with Super Time Force. I love Contra as a kid. That game's like a throwback to it in several aspects. And I love 2D side-scrolling games in general, just old school stuff.
Right.
Sometimes I get those urges, so I would have to go with Super Time Force. But fans' vote was Outlast, so.
Gotcha. Bmuny?
Outlast is a great game. Me personally, I probably wouldn't pick that for Indie of the Year. I would probably go with Never Alone. I thought that was such a unique experience for an indie game this year. Something that we haven't, really seen in a while. We've kind of been flooded in the market with like the survival horror games. So I kind of just looked over Outlast. Although, it was a good game, I felt like, unique experiences always outweigh something that we've already played. So
right.
Never Alone probably would have took it for me.
Right. It's been a tough one. A lot of people don't realize that the smaller titles that we have, like Matt's Curse of Brotherhood and things like that, really aren't really indies because they're backed and published by major companies. Independent games means, smaller teams, smaller studios, low budgeted games. It doesn't mean that the quality is bad, but it just means that you just don't have the publishing backing at some of the major studios. Contrast is a great game. It was unique in that you used the camera and and you were able to use night vision to survive the game. You really had no weapons. It was a pretty tough thought process on what you had to do to survive. And I thought that between that, Super Time Force was interesting in what you did, very nostalgic with the graphics, and very pop culturist with some of the references that they used in the game, which was pretty awesome in itself. And I didn't get a chance to play Never Alone, but it was unique, using the Inuit dialect, telling the story of these native people through these fables is very, very entertaining and a very interesting take on how to do things. But I think just on popularity alone, and I think that being one of the higher twitched games, Contrast probably was the best choice. And I'm probably going to have to go with Contrast with the fan vote. So your indie game of the year was Contrast. Now, our digital download of the year nominees are Unified.
The nominees were Max, Curse of the Brotherhood, Power Star Golf, Peggle 2, Minecraft Xbox One Edition, Strider, and Child of Light.
Excellent games. And the winner was?
In a very close race between a three-horse race, it was actually come out a tie between Max, Curse of the Brotherhood, Child of Light, Minecraft, just barely behind him.
So obviously we can't have a tie. We have to have a digital download winner of the year. So we will vote and make a decision between the three of us. What is the digital game of the year? And we'll start with Brandon. If you had to choose between Minecraft, Max Curse of Brotherhood, and Child of Light, what would be your digital download of the year?
Man, you guys already know. I roll with Ubisoft heavy. So I'm going to have to go with Child of Light as a digital download game of the year for me. Such a unique experience. I mean, when that game came out, I promoted it so heavy on Twitter.
Right.
Just going through the world, and it's got the classic turn-based RPG style gameplay.
And I remember
it's so artistic, you know what I mean,
right.
Using the UB art. Such a beautiful game. So I can't wait to see what else they do with the UB art. Right. But for me, definitely Child of Light, man.
Right. Unified, your thoughts between the three?
Yeah, but picking between the three, Child of Light, I'm going to go with that as well. I mean, the artistic style alone, man, and the level design was amazing in that game.
Right.
I mean, whoever created that world, whoever drew that whole story up, I really want to go shake their hand. I mean, that was an amazing game.
Right.
I really enjoyed it. So really, Child of Light, hands down.
Yes, I'm going to have to go with Child of Light as your resident RPG head. You had a unique experience and a story told through nursery rhymes to a certain extent. Was really great. Had a really awesome plot twist in the game that you don't see coming. And in the end, as you get deeper and deeper into the game, you realize that the game is really in depth and it's not really for children. There was a mature tone behind it, and one of the better digital games, and one of the better successful things that came out of Ubisoft this year. that wasn't downgraded, by the way. So
or just released with a lot of bugs.
Right. So exactly. So yeah, I definitely had to go with Child of Light. So your winner for digital download of the year was Ubisoft's Child of Light. And now our nominees for Connect Game of the Year. Unified.
Yeah, that's right. Malasai in particular, and you know you are on Twitter. We didn't forget D4, man. It's just in a different category. D4 was a nominee. Fantasia Music Evolved, Dance Central Spotlight, Boomball, and Connect Sports Rivals.
And your winner, Unified?
D4.
D4.
Hands down on that.
Gotcha. Bmuny, your winner?
Oh man, I'm going with D4 as well. If you listen to our earlier podcast, you know how much I hated on Connect Sports Rivals, and the stuff that they put out from Rare on that game. I was highly disappointed. Right. So a Connect game that actually worked and was totally fun was D4, and definitely deserves more support behind it. Everybody go pick that up. January, that's your games with gold. So everybody download that joint, man.
Yeah, Swear 65 actually knows how to use the Connect.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. For me it was tough. My wife loves to play Dance Central. I watch her play, and it's always been a 1-for-1 game when it comes to playing that game. But yeah, D4 is one of the first games where the words "better with Connect" meant something. If you played with the controller, you just didn't get the same feeling you did when you played with the Connect and you used your body and everything worked, pretty correctly, with minimum lag, almost 1-to-1, with a great story and a good plot twist. And we all look forward, hopefully, to new seasons of D4. So your winner for Connect Game of the Year is Dark Dreams Don't Die, D4. And now, your nominees for Action Adventure Game of the Year. Unified?
The GTA 5 Remake, Alien Isolation, Sunset Overdrive, the Tomb Raider Reboot, The Evil Within, Assassin's Creed Unity.
And the winner is?
The winner by a wide margin, and deservedly so, is Sunset Overdrive.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I'm super surprised by that.
I'm surprised by that as well.
You guys are?
Yeah, I am. B,
right.
B, what is
Let's
your
get into
thoughts?
this.
Yeah, what is your thoughts on that, B?
You know, I really like Sunset Overdrive, and it's one of those unique games. You know, me being a multi-console owner and playing games from Insomniac, the Ratchet and Clanks and things of that nature. I enjoy games like that, but I didn't think that the Xbox crowd would actually, latch on to such a unique experience like that. And I'm actually surprised that it actually won Action Adventure Game of the Year. I thought GTA probably would have pulled it out, seeing as though it's sold so crazy. Mm-hmm. But I'm surprised, man. I would definitely go with Sunset as my Action Adventure Game of the Year.
Okay. Unified?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Sunset. I get it. I love the ability. I love the thing where you can basically grind off every single thing. You don't even really have to walk around on the ground.
Right.
I mean, literally, you walk around on the ground, you're gonna get creamed. Right. Anyway, it's the way they designed the game intentionally that way. So I really like that fact. It's like Tony Hawk meets GTA, like combined.
Right.
And the story, you want to throw a little Dead Rising in there, a lot of zaniness as well. Mm-hmm. And that was another thing I liked about it. And the story didn't take itself too seriously, obviously, mm-hmm. but it still wasn't a bad story. I don't want to give that away or anything, but for people who haven't played it. But definitely you owe it to yourself, people. If you have not checked out Sunset Overdrive, do yourself a favor and go check this game out.
You know, it's a tough category. 2 games in there are remastered titles that were already played on 360. For me, being that I never played Tomb Raider, honestly, I probably would have chose Tomb Raider.
It was a great remake.
Yeah,
I didn't know that you never played Tomb Raider.
No, I never played Tomb Raider. I bought the definitive edition, and it was amazing to me. I just the overall atmosphere was just awesome. Being at night, bow and arrows, hunting animals, stealth kills, climbing was just a different experience that I haven't experienced in a long time. I mean, obviously, there is another console that has a game that I have played, but not on the Xbox platform. Not like that. And playing Tomb Raider, which makes me look so much forward to the next one coming out in 2015, exclusively for the Xbox One holiday 2015. I'm looking forward to that game. But again, being that it is a remaster, I truly can't vote for it. It's already been on another console, the same way I cannot truly vote for Grand Theft Auto. And in that regard, I would have to go with one of the highest rated new IPs of this generation in Sunset Overdrive. Great game so far. I'm actually playing it. I like it. The graphics are amazing. The colors are amazing. Very zany, very spontaneous. And the greatest thing about it is the dialogue. The dialogue of the game is really what makes that game. Besides being just a superhero in your own apocalypse. So I thought it was a really awesome game and a great choice by the fans. So your action adventure game of the year is Sunset Overdrive. And now the nominees for sports game of the year. Unified?
Yeah. And a quick edit on this as well. I just want to explain to everyone who might nitpick about it why we put a racing game in this category. It's because there's really not many racing games to choose from in general on the Xbox One. Not a plethora of them. And racing is a sport. Believe it or not, guys. It is a sport. So we got Forza Horizon 2. We have Madden 15. We have FIFA 15. We have NBA 2K15. We have NHL 15. And we have WWE 2K15.
Okay. That's a solid lineup. And the winner is
Forza Horizon 2.
Yeah, I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was much doubt in that. Forza Horizon is just one of those unique titles. Bmuny, your thoughts?
I really do like Forza. I've been a Forza fan for a while, since the original Xbox. But for me, you guys know I'm a big sports fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to go with NBA 2K15 for sports game of the year. Although, it had its problems out of the gate, and the face scan did not work as promised.
Mm-hmm.
The game is still so good.
Right.
If you're a big NBA guy and actually play competitively, it's one of the best games to play online competitively.
Right.
Once you get in there and you get on a good server and you get a good competitor, it's probably one of the most competitive games you can play online, I think. And for me, I would have to go with NBA 2K15 with Forza Horizon 2 being right next to it.
Gotcha. Unified?
Forza Horizon 2, guys, and all I have to say is proof in the pudding is my wife does not play video games. She absolutely does not play them. Okay, she makes me feel guilty every time I try to play them. So she plays Forza Horizon 2. I mean, so mind blown.
Right.
But you know what? The wide open world, all the new weather effects and stuff they've added. Oh man! And then the kart lineup it's the full package, man. You really get a lot of value for your money when you buy that game.
Right.
So Playground Games did a fantastic job with Turn 10 overseeing and helping them out. But that was a great game, man. Great game. I agree. Yep.
It's a hard choice for me. Obviously, I think that we missed out on The Crew, but we've seen most comments and most reviews for that title. It doesn't hold a candle to most of the sports games out there, or Forza in that regard. 2K, I played 2K. I think 2K is an amazing game. I think it's really good. And I played Madden. We had a Madden league. It didn't work out, but for whatever reasons, I think Madden actually was a good game this year. I think Madden was a really good game this year. I don't like too many Maddens, but I thought Madden was a really good game this year. But if I have to truly choose, I think there's really no competition for the package you get in Forza Horizon 2. Forza Horizon 2 gives you an open world 1080p, 30 frames per second, and that thing is pretty locked. It's pretty steady. It's rare that you see dips in that game. It's a technical marvel. The amount of DLC, the real time weather. It's just a beautiful game with beautiful atmosphere and wonderful music. In a European setting, and then you add the DLC of that Storm DLC, off-roading with those trucks. Listen, man, I'm not a fan of racing games. I'm not, but that game I purchased and have enjoyed ever since I bought the game and loved it and love it. So for me, it would have to be, yes, Forza Horizon 2. Playground's done an excellent job, and it deserves a lot of recognition for being an excellent racer. So, your sports game for the year, Forza Horizon 2. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the big granddaddy of them all, nominees for overall game of the year. Unified.
Nominees are Forza Horizon 2, Halo Master Chief Collection, Sunset Overdrive, Dragon Age Inquisition, GTA 5 Remake, and Far Cry 4.
Drum roll. And your winner is
Sunset Overdrive. Mind blown. Mind blown.
Wow.
That's how much of an impression Insomniac's new IP has made on Xbox fans. That is impressive.
Sunset Overdrive.
And I want to throw out something good. I want to throw out the statistics, okay? We had over 1,300 votes combined.
Wow.
So we all want to thank every single person who participated in the polls. We appreciate it.
Wow. I'm still stunned by that.
Yeah. I know, man.
B, what is your thoughts on this?
Dragon Age denied.
Game of the year.
I called Dragon Age to be game of the year.
Right.
A long time ago.
Right.
I am mind blown that Sunset beat out Dragon Age.
Hey, if it's any consolation, Dragon Age, it was a two horse race, guys. Dragon Age was right behind it. Three less votes, guys.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I'm glad though. I'm actually glad that Xbox guys are actually recognizing a new IP like that.
Right.
Because we know what BioWare can do. We see their pedigree. This is the third Dragon Age game, and this is the first time Insomniac has actually worked with the Xbox brand. So for the Xbox fans to actually recognize that and call that their game of the year, hey, my hat's off to him, man. This is what I want to see. I want to see, Xbox guys embrace new IPs.
Right.
Because, what I've been complaining about for so long is that we don't get to see many new IPs on the Xbox brand.
Right.
And when we do, they don't last that long. So just go out and support them, man.
Right. Unified?
I'm really, really shocked. Because I'm a big-time BioWare guy. Like I said already, Dragon Age was really nice. So I'm going to disagree. I'm going to disagree. I'm very, very impressed. I'm very happy for Insomniac and Microsoft for making this investment in this new IP with Sunset Overdrive.
Right.
Definitely this poll results, and in general, the results, the sales figures, everything have definitely played in Insomniac and Microsoft's favor with this deal. But Dragon Age Inquisition is the game of the year. I definitely agree with that, even from the Game Awards 2014 show.
Right.
One game of the year. Everybody knows, right?
Right.
Watches gaming closely, but Dragon Age Inquisition was it for me. They just really improved upon everything 1 and 2 had, and just put them together and just made something magnificent, man. Just way better than even 1, which just blew me away. If it was better than 1, then it was already going to be my game of the year, because Dragon Age, the first Dragon Age, was game of the year when it came out to me.
Right.
So that says a lot.
I am shocked. I'm surprised. I really am. It it wasn't that I didn't expect it to, I guess you could say, be considered, but to actually win is almost like an underdog. You know, it's an underdog type game, and it beat out, you know, major titles like Dragon Age, Halo, Grand Theft Auto. I think Grand Theft Auto obviously because it's a remaster, and you know, Halo because of the online issues. But still, Halo's an amazing package. For me, I would have to go with Dragon Age. Clearly, I think Dragon Age is an amazing game. As an RPG head, I'm a little biased. I hate to be that way. Sunset has its perks and its RPG style, you know, elements, but Dragon Age is just graphically stunning, hours upon hours of gameplay, great story, just hitting you know, hitting taboos and trying to break boundaries. It deserves Game of the Year. However, that does not translate here on the TiC Award Show. This is for the fans, by the fans. Therefore, your Game of the Year is Sunset Overdrive. And finally, to end our show, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. And to our most loyal fans, this is for you. Now, our nominees for TiC Fan of the Year. Unified?
Here we go. Twitter user at Instant Inferno. Inferno, you know who you are. Twitter user at Wickman Jason. Twitter user OHLM Laughlin. Twitter user Ellendale. Twitter user Malasaya. And Twitter user, we know him as Ivan. We call him Ivan.
Xbox Bree.
X1 Bree.
Yeah. And our winner for TiC Fan of the Year is
at Wickman Jason.
Wow. Now, just so the fans can understand, explain to us why you think Wickman is our Fan of the Year.
In my estimation, I believe Wickman has won this simply because ever since we started our Twitch channel, okay, guys, and everybody knows about this. You know, all of our core guys, I'm pretty sure, go on our Twitch channel, watch our streams, and follow us there. Madzu is his name on Twitch, okay? That's his username on the Twitch channel. He has been on every single one of these guys. He's been on all the ones when we're not giving prizes away. He has been there from almost the very beginning of the stream to the very end of the stream, not leaving at all. The guy really loves TiC Podcast. He stands by what we do. He does chat on Twitter as well. So he kind of does it all. He gets involved in every single aspect with TiC Podcast, and we can't thank him enough. And he's a very deserving winner.
Gotcha.
We want to throw out Ivan. You came in a very close second, 2 votes behind.
Oh,
it came down to the wire as of probably like 2 hours ago, because I wasn't even sure I was going to have a winner for you guys. It was tied.
Oh gosh.
So Ivan, big shout out, man, and all of you, man, Inferno, all of you guys, man. Allendale, which is Zachary Udenberg, all of you guys, man. We appreciate every single thing all you guys do.
Oh no, listen, I tell you right now, the guys on that list are amazing fans, amazing people who support TiC Podcast.
Malasaya.
Oh hell yeah, of course, and amazing friends. I have these guys on my friends list, man. I talk to some of these guys, and I can ask them to support us and help us and retweet, and they will do it without no hesitation. In my opinion, I felt like Bree was our Fan of the Year. I've seen Bree promote us almost everywhere. retweet things, join conversations, hit up our channels, leave messages, leave comments. Great guy. Same thing with Zach. He's done an amazing job as well. Inferno is an awesome guy. He's more of one of the newer dudes. Recently, I mean, he's been on since he had his 360, but for the most part, recently got an Xbox One, and it has been a welcome addition into the TiC podcast Xbox family. And I'm glad to know him personally. But again, this is the For the Fans by the Fans award show. So your TiC podcast fan of the year is Jason Whitman. So with that said, we all want to thank you guys again for listening, contributing to TiC podcast this year. We've had a brilliant year. We've had some wonderful help from some great people like Anchorman V, Microbox of X, podcasters that were on before we were even started that contributed to helping us get our name out there, as well as one of the biggest shout outs that need to be given is xboxmad.net. xbox.mad.net for believing in us, xboxmad.net for giving us the opportunity to partner up with them and giving us a place to put our channel on as we both try to support each other in this Xbox endeavor and trying to promote and get people to recognize how great the Xbox brand and the Xbox One system is. So big shout out to Jez, big shout out to the Xbox Mad team, and I look forward to, and we all look forward to working with you guys next year and throughout the future. Unified, do you have any last words before we head out of here?
A couple things. Whitman Jason, or Madzu, don't be worried, man. You did win the TiC T. We'll be shipping that bad boy, that sexy shirt. We'll be shipping that sexy shirt to you, man. As soon as you hear the show, you find out you won, just go ahead and hit us up on Twitter, on our main Twitter account at TIC_podcast. You know it. And I also want to say for XboxMad.net, we appreciate everything you've done for us. And also for all of you that don't know, they have the new Xbox Mad mobile 3.0 version out. So now the web browser is much more friendlier on mobile phones. So if you guys haven't, go check it out, xboxmad.net.
Awesome. Bmuny, any last words before we head out of here?
Yeah, man, I just want to say thanks to everybody who supported us from the beginning, man. It's been a long time coming, a long journey for us. We've grown together. We've built a strong following, and we've got so much stuff coming in 2015, man. And I just hope that we continue to build on what we've built already and take it to as far as it can go, man. TiC Podcast is here to stay. Shout out to XboxMad.net and shout out to everybody who's been rocking with us, man, because without you guys, man, there would be no TiC Podcast. So thank you, man.
Exactly.
So that's it for the TiC Podcast Awards and for TiC Podcast in 2014. Thank you all for listening and for all your support. We'll be back in 2015 blazing with Mr. Ken Lobb from Microsoft in Xbox One Division's Microsoft Studios, along with Aaron Greenberg in February, who's in charge of the marketing for first-party and third-party games, along with Director of the Idea Xbox program, Chris Carler. We'll also have Rainbow Six Siege devs, Ubisoft Montreal, on sometime between April and June, as well as some surprises that we are currently working on. TiC Podcast will continue to be the voice of the fans, to bring you the best inside information, the best news via Twitter, the best streams and rewards via Twitch, and the best interviews from Xbox and developers on the Xbox One platform, making sure that you guys have the best platform this generation. Thank you all for watching, subscribing, and following. Please tell a friend. Help us expand, help us grow, and we'll see you in 2015. This your boy, KOR Straight Murder. Peace.
For the fans, by the fans.